So here we are, about a few Walmart bags here. I have no idea how this even happened, but I think you guys might know in a second. All right, so today it is April the 22nd. Today I just want to talk about some things that I want to just lay on the ground so that I can finally just move past it or whatever. I mean, it's not like anything bad happened on the day, but like I'm just talking about, I just want to finally get this done because I actually previously recorded a video about this, but like I just kind of messed up on some things and then just not like put it in like a good effort. So I decided to get rid of it and I'm gonna do it all over again. So today I'm gonna be talking about how my birthday went and then describe the details of whatever, like every single thing that happened, and then just give some life advice or advancement so that I can finally just push things forward. I think we're just gonna just like leave it at that. I don't know how long this video is going to be. I think it's probably gonna be around like a short time or a long time, probably middle. You know, there's some things I can actually describe that it could benefit from this. I probably will get things out of the way so I can keep them on an ordinary scale. As most of you guys already know or probably didn't know, I was born on April 18th, 2004. You know, it's actually kind of one of the best days I can ever ask for, even though I didn't really ask for it. It just happened. You gotta ask the people who are responsible for it. But yeah, that's my birthday, and I basically just had a chill, good day. Like nothing bad really happened on the usual scale of things. Could there be some things that can actually happen that didn't want to go in my favor? Because, you know, I gotta have some things to learn for, some things to even think that, you know, it's just gonna happen. You gotta just deal with it. But as long as you have a striving positive attitude, you'll get through the day and then proceed to think that everything is just gonna be bad, even though it's not going to be bad like that. I just got up, got ready for the day, and just chill for the entire day. I did get some phone calls. It was basically out of the ordinary, you know what I'm saying? And then my mom went to go and take me shopping for some new clothes and stuff because I was in some things like I just got like a recommendation for. Basically telling me if I want to get some new clothes, some stuff. And I actually did need some new clothes, you know? I just felt like it was actually time for me to finally transition into the modern day of myself, because I feel like that during the past few years, especially during my childhood, I wasn't in the modern day of things because the way I kind of dress, the way I act, the way I do things around here, it just wasn't in like a good support of my favor. You know, there are some things that I'm kind of a little bit regretful for, and there are some things that I have a 50% of regret for. I just felt like that it's finally time to move past some things, but I got some other stuff I still got to deal with, which kind of still lingers in my head, which is a little bit of an unfortunate thing to go with. Maybe almost everyone here just got the same thing that they have to deal with in their life. Just gotta deal with some things and then be able to push it forward once you finally get the chance. But for me, it's gonna take a very long time for me to do that. You know, I just gotta have some things straight out of the blue so that I can finally build some things that can just put me in a grand scheme of everything that I'm going for. You know, I want to live a good tranquility lifestyle and not live in the same hemisphere as the way I was before. You know, I got a call from my brother and sisters, or actually I think I called my sister because my dad told me to, which kind of actually doesn't even make sense. Like, what kind of thing is that even to do just for them, just for me to have them to call them up and have them tell me happy birthday? Like, it kind of makes no sense, but you know, it happened. You know, it just gotta be what it be. You know, there was this one tradition that my granny used to call or text me happy birthday every single time. My granny from my dad's side, who recently transitioned, unfortunately. You know, it was a very sad night that night, and I was going through a lot of emotions that night. You know, it was just like, it felt great to get those calls from her every single time. I remember the last time that we spoke and seen each other was at my aunt's house. You know, she was in great spirits during that time. She was looking healthy, looking good, just having the best time that she could ever have. Didn't know that she had like an illness or something, and that was about it. Like, that was the last time I saw my grandmother ever again. In November of 2024, like last year, which is a few months ago now, she transitioned that night. Did not know how it happened or why it happened, but it happened and it's over with. But you know, I just gotta accept the fact, and I already know that like she's in a better place, and I'm glad she is. Just know she's looking down on me every single time, making sure that I do live the best life that I can live, stay with great benefits in some things, almost everything that I can go for. You know, it's just like, damn, it just really hit that night that, damn, I'm never gonna see my grandma ever again. You know, it was upsetting, but I'm just glad that she's in a better place now. Cause like, she used to always text me happy birthday every single time. Like, every time, it just goes like that, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm not gonna get that text ever again, or call, whatever. I'm not trying to get emotional or anything like that. You know, I'm not trying to get emotional during this time because, like, ain't no time. You know, I feel free to do that if I want to, but, you know. Yeah, after that, after I got the calls from both my brother and sister or something like that, I went to go shop with my mom, get some new clothes. I got a couple of new jeans, which I kind of showcase you guys in, like, another episode or something like that. Then I got Chinese food. Just want to go out and eat and just, like, come back here and just chill or whatever. And after that, I just crashed. I crashed in my bed. And then after that, it was kind of over, you know, like nothing much happened. Oh my god, a plane like over here keeps on flying by. That's like the 5th plane today. Like every single time I'm trying to record, the plane always gotta come down on me and just ruin the parade. I don't know why it keeps on doing that, but I don't know, I apologize. I'm sorry. And I remember during me and my sister's conversation, she actually asked me how's it feel to be 21. I'm like, I haven't even got to explore the age yet. Are some things that she recommended me. I already know I'm gonna do. You know, like pay some bills. I don't know what else she said. I think that was just kind of about it. That's kind of about it, or something like that. It was just good to talk to a couple of people that really do care about me and stuff, because it actually has its good quirks and everything. I want to take my shoes off. I don't know why I'm over here having shoes on when this my house. Not necessarily my house. I'm still living with my parents, but you know, that's kind of a different conversation we gotta have in the future. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? It was nice to have people call me and me call them so we can finally talk and just, you know, have a good conversation on some things. And then basically just like whatever, I don't know, I'm even gonna go for. Like, you know, it's really hard for me to get things out of the way whenever I'm trying to record a video. Like whenever I'm trying to like do a sit down video like this, and I can actually like usually do it over here what I did in the first time, but I think I'm like gonna keep it right here because facing the fan, the vent, whatever it's called, you know what I'm saying, like from over here, and then just point it from over here, just making it better for myself. You know, I have better quirks of things that I want to do with life, and that is most likely go out and explore some things, you know, go out, travel the world, because I want to be a traveler someday. I just can't do it right now because I don't have the kind of thing to afford it, you know what I'm saying? But I do want to be a traveler. I might do some travel vlogs in future. I was gonna say nearby future, but it's definitely not gonna be in the nearby future. I have traveled before, but not out of country or out of the continent. I've been traveling out of state every single time just for family vacations and family reunions, which unfortunately I won't be able to attend those anymore because of personal family expectations or something like that I gotta handle, even though it's kind of like you know, I don't know what to call it, like I don't want to call it like a problem because it's definitely not that, or it could be. But something that's like similar to the word problem, I guess, like situation. I don't know. I gotta deal with that and then, you know, just move on from whatever I gotta move on. Well, yeah, this is really the life, right? Me being 21, finally hitting the big boy age, even though it's not really a boy anymore. It's called being a man. So I finally hit the big man's age, but of course I'm still gonna have a young life to live before I transition to something else because, you know, like I said before, at the age of 25, you got the maturity side, and then you finally just do some things that can finally benefit from the life that you want to choose to live, and then most likely you try to go for the jugular and make some better life decisions, because sometimes even older people, even younger people my age, 21, have some things that are just like not gonna be good or fitting for them, because it happens almost every single time. So, oh god, it happens every time, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how people really do that kind of stuff, but I'm just expecting my life not to be perfect, obviously, because no one's life is perfect unless they want to make that their brand of thinking that, like, oh yeah, everything's gonna be fine. My life is gonna be perfect every single time, especially when I hit the golden age of 100. But unfortunately, there's no such thing as that. It's just gonna be like mixed with emotions and stuff, and the age process is just gonna build you up into a better standard, for better or for worse, depending on what kind of location you're gonna go for, you know what I'm saying? But me being 21, I'm just getting started, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just been like a couple of days in, you know, today's April 22nd, like I said, you know, that's just kind of what it is. I don't know how things are going to be around here, you know, obviously there's gonna be change happens every time, and I'm have to deal with it, because every single time I try to go for a change, especially when I was at a younger age of 15 and such, when I was going through my depression arc, or stage arc, whatever you want to call it, it just wasn't like the best one I wanted to go for. Although it kind of was a chilling year, like 2019, the last good year of the decade, honestly, it really was kind of fun, but I kind of wasted it and took it for granted just by going for like a dark lifestyle during the time, because I wasn't critically thinking that much, because no one wanted to help me during the time, so I had to just let loose and say, fuck it, I might as well just do whatever I want to go for, because every single time I try to go for something else, it just doesn't go in my favor. Like, every single time, it just happens, you know? I don't know what to go for during the time. Now I do. You know, there are some things in the future that are going to come my way, and I'm gonna have to deal with it, because that's how life already is. Yeah. that's just the way life goes. Can't do anything to try to prosper sometimes, because even if you try to prosper, it's just not going to go well. But if you do it the right way with good positive attitude, which some people seem to lack nowadays, then you might be all right. You will be on a greater scale of having to not worry about some things, or like the feds come knocking on the door because you forgot to pay your taxes, or you're just like doing some suspicious activity which will land you in prison, or even worse, in the ground, because harsh reality is just kind of what it is nowadays. I wish there was a good reality, but unfortunately here in this world we kind of barely have that, and we don't. Or that's just the way I just be seeing things from my perspective. This family has been through a lot of things over the past few years or decade, because, starting from like, I don't know when. So I came out the womb in 2004. April 18, you know what I'm saying? That's just like the day it was. And after that, you would just call it life. Just like call it how it is. All right, so the 6th plane has gone by. That's like 6 planes today, because it keeps on coming over here, and I just want to hit record during the time it's like not here. If you guys still hear it in the background, I apologize, because like, I don't know why we just live in a neighborhood that be having many planes come here every day and night. That's just the way life goes. But yep, this is officially me at 21. I'm a legal adult. I can finally drink. I can just do some things that are worth adult living this time, because there are some people who don't see me as like 21 or like an adult during the time, during that kind of big boy age. There are some people who most likely still see me as, unfortunately, like a teenager or something like that, because that's kind of what I just be going for. If some people still want to go like that, then like that's just unfortunate. I got to deal with that, especially on a personal scale of people I know. But that's just the way life goes. The plane is still here bothering me. I don't know why. Like every single time I'm trying to talk, the plane just gets more louder and louder. Okay, so I guess that was like the final 10th plane that just went by our house. But I guess I can finally say that it feels good to be 21. There are some things I need to watch out for, continue making life worth living, and just be myself and not just for anyone else.